Will this man one day eclipse the greatness that Schumacher achieved? It's certainly a new era for world champion Alonso, who moves from Renault to McLaren. From McLaren to Schumacher's seat at Ferrari goes Kimi Raikkonen, for whom great achievements are rather overdue. And it's a long way off, but greatness beckons for Lewis Hamilton, set to make his Formula One debut alongside Alonso.
You know, I want to succeed, and I'm in the best position. So I have to apply myself and do the best job I can, and this is what I do.
A new season with so many possibilities. It's quite a prospect for this sport-mad city. Melbourne and the Australian Grand Prix, once again providing the first green light of the season. And conditions today, it's bright, it's breezy. There's been the odd shower around after a couple of days of rather indifferent weather. We've got good crowds at a fabulous location. The start of the season is upon us. And this is how it all finished a year ago. A genuine head-to-head battle between Alonso and Schumacher saw Alonso as world champion for the second straight year, Felipe Massa in third. And it helped make Renault Constructors champions for the second straight year. But now Schumacher is gone and Alonso moves on to help bring glory back to McLaren. And as ITV starts another season of Formula One coverage, it's welcome back to Mark Blundell. Always a special weekend, the start of the season, but what a buzz around Melbourne at the moment.
Oh, it's a huge buzz, Steve. I think this is going to be a classic season. I really do mean that, because we've got so many different people in different organisations, whether they be drivers, designers, engines mated to different cars. Michael Schumacher's gone. We all know that. There's a void, but I think it's going to get filled very, very quickly.
How does it change the atmosphere here, though, Michael Schumacher's absence? There's a feeling that opportunity lies in store for a whole range of drivers here.
100%. I think every driver down this pit lane, all of a sudden, a little bit of pressure just lifted off their shoulders, because no longer is the great man around. They all know that it's wide open. And also, I think because the cars look to be very similar in performance, everybody feels they've got a great chance.
Well, so many changes and so much movement during the course of the close season. Let's remind you, first of all, of how at least the anticipated front-runners will be lining up.
There have been quite a few changes at Renault this season, not least Giancarlo Fisichella's elevation to the role of team leader. But the big question is, how much will Alonso's absence be felt?
There is a big motivation in the team. Even the people in the team are pushing really hard because they want to win even without Fernando.
Former tester Heikki Kovalainen, who steps up for his Grand Prix debut, is keen to prove his relative inexperience won't be a handicap.
I need to start from the beginning and really do everything to a maximum, that I can finish my first race and try to score points. That's going to be the first step.
Ferrari look like they're about to take off with this year's championship. Kimi Raikkonen has slotted straight into Michael Schumacher's old seat, and the car has been consistently fast in every winter test.
It's very close between all the teams, I think so. With the new tyre rule, it's going to make it very close in every race.
There's a nice little rivalry developing between Kimi and Felipe Massa, who's keen to win races himself now that he's moved out of Michael's shadow.
It looks like McLaren could be back to winning ways with the MP422. The team has been invigorated by the arrival of Fernando Alonso, who's settled easily into his new outfit and is looking ready for a shot at a third successive title.
If I have to choose one team in Formula One, probably McLaren will be my favorite one. So now I'm here, try to do our best and enjoy the time here with these people.
Unusually for McLaren, its second driver is an F1 rookie. Ron Dennis has taken a calculated risk, putting Lewis Hamilton in the car.
The main pressure comes from myself. I want to succeed, and I'm in the best position. So I have to apply myself and do the best job I can, and this is what I do.
Talking of opportunities, Honda had a great chance to build on last season's strong final race performances. But in winter testing, the new car has been slow compared to the front runners. The team know what the problems are and already have aerodynamic and suspension improvements coming for the second race. So don't expect too much too soon.
We have made a step forward from last season, quite a bit. It's just it seems that a few of the teams have made a bigger step than what we expected.
Rubens Barrichello stays with the team and is equally affected by the car's pitch-sensitive nature, but seems happier to return to Bridgestone tyres.
BMW Sauber's evolution from privateer outfit to serious contender looks set to take a further step forward this season. Nick Heidfeld will need to start living up to his new senior statesman image if he's to realise the potential shown during winter testing, but rising star Robert Kubica should keep him on his toes. Definitely a team that's headed in the right direction. Looking at the winter testing times, you haven't been up there at the top of the timesheets. Is this a quick car, or have you got work to do to make it into a front runner?
I'm not sure we're on the same pace as the McLaren and the Ferrari, but you never know. You don't know what fuel people are running. So really our testing has just been learning about the car and making sure we're reliable, and we've got good long run pace, which we have, which is good.
No more tyre wall this season, everyone's on Bridgestone. What difference is that going to make?
It's obviously got less grip, which was the idea, which is a good thing, slowing us down a little bit. But it also works in a very different way, and initially it was difficult to build the car around that and get a good balance. I think it was the same for a lot of drivers, I think.
Which of the newcomers will make the most impact?
You've got to say Lewis. He's in a very good car. But if you look at the full package and you compare him to his teammate, that's going to be very interesting. I think that Kovalainen will be very fast. Yeah, compared to their teammates, I think Kovalainen will shine through.
Who's going to be Ferrari's new number one, Raikkonen or Massa?
I think Kimi will, but you don't know. I think we have to really wait until the first race to see where they stand against each other.
Which team's going to be the biggest surprise?
People have been saying that we're about the 8th best team so far this year. So hopefully we're going to be the surprise. It's going to be tough for anyone, I think, because it's so competitive this year. But, you know, to see one team go out and win everything is not going to happen.
This is a crunch year for Toyota. They need to show that they're capable of producing a good car on their massive budget.
For us, certainly, we try to achieve that first victory, but let's start and see where we are and take it from there.
Jarno Trulli's had nothing but problems in the build-up to Melbourne. The Toyota has been neither fast nor reliable, and the team have had to rush out new chassis parts in a desperate attempt to find some more speed.
This is the much heralded new car from design guru Adrian Newey. It's his first for Red Bull, and there have been teething troubles. But once the team works out how to get the best from it, David Coulthard should start moving up the grid. Mark Webber brings a new depth of experience. It should prove a strong driver lineup. And after a trying couple of seasons at Williams, the local hero's keen to get his career back on track.
I think the first 3 flyaways for us will be not our absolute strongest. I think that we'll be going all right, but I think that come back to Europe in the middle of the season, I think we'll be doing better.
Down here in 8th place is not what Williams are used to, and they've kept it simple but effective with the design of this year's car, hoping to regain some respectability. Nico Rosberg stays, while Alex Wirtz must convince that he's still race sharp after 6 years away from a full-time drive.
Yeah, it's the real stuff, No, I'm very happy for that, of course. And well, just bring it on, I'm here.
Toro Rosso's controversial new car is basically a replica of the Adrian Newey designed Red Bull chassis adapted to run a customer Ferrari engine. Team owners Dietrich Mateschitz and Gerhard Berger waited until the very last minute to confirm Scott's speed in the second seat alongside Liuzzi. There's still a way to go, but this season should see a move in the right direction for Toro Rosso.
Hopefully we made a big step forward from last year, and I think the package is pretty competitive.
Dutch team, Dutch driver, orange paint job, but Spiker is still being run out of the old Jordan factory in Silverstone. Now Mike Gascoigne's back shaking the stick at the team, and with Ferrari engines in the back, Spiker are hoping to fend off Toro Rosso to grab points finishes with drivers Christian Albers and new boy Adrian Sutil.
It's a miracle they even made it onto the grid in 2006. Now it's time for Super Aguri to start growing up. If the car looks familiar, that's because it's basically a repackaged 2006 Honda, which is good news for Anthony Davidson, who finally gets his well-deserved break into the big time after years on the sidelines testing for Honda.
It's just been a long, long road to really get to this point in my career. I've done 3 Grand Prix in total, but this is the first time I get to do it properly for a whole season, and I'm really relishing the chance.